Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to my garden right here. And in today's video, I'll be taking you around. I'll be giving you a full tour of everything I have going on. Today is January 1st, 2026 over here in Guam. It is early in the morning and the sky look like they're going to be dropping some blessings on us today. Okay. And it's not as hot just yet. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to talk about the traditional part of my gardening and what I use it for, and then the aquaponics section of it. We're going to talk about the various crops or plants I have in my grow beds and why I have them, and then we'll go from there. So let's get into it.
One of just filled, we grow our own. Fish and veggies make the garden flow. Aquaponics style, watch it grow. Sustainable life, let the rhythm glow.
Alright, so right here in front of you, this is the traditional part of my grow bed, and it has bell pepper. I remember one time I went to the store and 1 pound of bell pepper was going for $9.22. This one is yellow peppers, bell peppers, that right here. Okay, so that's that. Ridiculous price for a bell pepper. So I bought one of those bell peppers and I got the seeds from it, and this is what the product is. So why do I have this in the ground? I use these to replenish my aquaponics grow beds. All right, so sometimes when you transplant them in this and the sun beats down on these young plants, with roots having not fully established, you end up in situations like this right here, okay, or situations like this one and that one. I just recently transplanted this, and I had to transplant them because I had a lot of plants on my grow beds when I was doing a testing to see how much they can withstand, and some of those plants died, and also had to get rid of honeydew melons that were taking up so much room, taking up so much nutrients. And I had this fruiting plants plus this tomato up here that I did not want to take chances with. So I ended up getting rid of all those plants, and in their place I had to replenish using the bell pepper. Okay, yeah, so this is the traditional side of it, and on the corners right here, this is sugarcane. I planted sugarcane because these are the easiest plants you can grow, plus kind of reminds me of my childhood. Okay, and so I just finished pruning them, and so far so good. Honestly, what I usually do here is I throw on just some leftover peelings from either potatoes or all kinds of food items you have in the house, some banana peelings as well. I throw, and then also I also use the when I put them down, those leaves I just let them decompose, and that forms part of their manure / fertilizer. Okay, and so they are very low maintenance. You just have to keep up with the leaves, because I'll show you something here. If you look here, my tomatoes, that, see this right here, that's damage from the long leaves, because what happens is they're very sharp. These leaves are really sharp and they can do some damage. So they kept on just bruising on it, and that's how I ended up with that scar on that tomato. Now I have pruned them to prevent them from rubbing against my plants. Okay, all right, so that is the traditional side. Now the aquaponic side of this garden consists of various plants. So we're gonna go ahead and let's start from the fish tank. So you can see this is my engine, and then work our way out. This is a 250-gallon tank. It's just an IBC tot. purposed for a fish tank. And inside of it, I have tilapia. Oh, come on up. I have tilapia fish, which generate a lot of waste that is powering all these grow beds. So inside of this fish tank, there's a yellow bucket down there. I don't know if you can see. That bucket is housing the pump. I put the pump inside the bucket because when these fish were very young, around 3 months old, I think, I got some of them get sucked into the pump, and I lost about 20% of them. So I ended up making a housing for the pump, so I don't have that loss again. So ever since that happened, I've never lost any fish whatsoever. Inside of this fish tank also, we have an aerator. Okay, this is the aerator I'm using. Okay, especially tilapia, you need to have sufficient aeration. And I also have these rocks in here to just emit some calcium. Okay, I can just shake it a little bit, balance that pH inside of the water tank. Okay, all right, so that's inside the tank. Aerator, the rocks, and the pump. This piping you're seeing is a resac line for the pump. Okay. Now, so water leaves that pump inside, gets pumped up through this piping. It goes up through the piping and then splits into 3 different ways, or 2 ways rather. This section goes straight down into this bigger grow bed. This is a 57-gallon grow bed, and I do have some rocks in there. And then the other section splits to go into the other 4 identical grow beds. All right. Okay. Let's start with this grow bed. Talk about what's on it. So this grow bed right here, I bought this from Home Depot. I was looking for something bigger. I wanted to create a flooded grow bed, but I ended up changing my mind. It's partially flooded, but it has rocks inside too. Let me see if you can see. It has rocks and all kinds of, you can use all kinds of, so I put some plastic in there. Okay, some leftover pipes just to help out with getting a home for the bacteria to colonize. Okay, so I have that. And on the grow beds themselves, I'm planting some basil. This is sweet Italian basil. Okay, it's been here for a while. I've harvested several times. You can see this is just me harvesting. I try to maintain its height by cutting off the very top so it doesn't go all over the place. And then I also have these tomatoes. These tomatoes are the same age. Some of them are doing well, some of them are not doing so well. And that's because I have a couple of issues going on. Initially, I set this up to be filled up from the fish tank, the main fish tank. But eventually, I thought maybe I needed to separate the fish because there's too many fishes in there. So I created a separate fish tank here. And for a while, this fish tank has been separate, has been filling up this grow bed, providing those nutrients to this grow bed. But I think something was lacking. The fish were not eating so well. And so I had to get rid of all those fish and I had to go back to the original fish tank, which is now taking care of business. And I tell you, when I had this fish tank, I had all kinds of issues. The plants were, see that? They were no longer looking green. It was actually worse than this. And I also had a pest infestation, as you can see from the leaves. One of the things I usually do is when I go around the grow beds, I look for this green worm. I forget what they call it. But I've been picking that from all these leaves. And hopefully, my hand pruning of the worm helps stimulate some type of growth. Plus me changing, now changing the source of nutrients from the main fish tank, that should help as well. I think I have enough fish in the fish tank. enough to cover these grow beds. Okay, so I have some tomatoes here. I have some basil. Okay, and that's mostly it on this grow bed. And oh, I'm sorry. And then of course I just planted some bell pepper right here. I transferred this bell pepper from down here. Alright, moving on to let's move on this right here. The farthest fish tank from everything else. This fish tank, if you look at it, it's the highest one of the four. It's the highest one because I'm taking advantage of the gravity flow to drain the fish tank down there. As you can see, it flows all the way down. And that white pipe on the bottom, that's a drain that drains the fish tank. And the piping itself is big enough to accommodate draining of up to 2 grow beds at the same time, which is perfect for me. Alright, this grow bed has fruiting bell pepper right here. Beautiful, beautiful plants right there. Okay, then I also have some mint, which I previously heavily pruned it. There's more bell pepper. As for my media, I am utilizing red lava rock, which is very porous, is very light compared to other rocks people choose to use, and it acts as a home for the nuttifying bacteria as well as a filter. Okay. On this grow bed, there's a dedicated filter right here, which I clean periodically just to ensure that it's filtering properly. This is a fill and drain or ebb and flow type grow bed, in which I am utilizing a bell siphon with a standpipe. There is a standpipe in there, and the water gets to the very top of that standpipe is right there. It's going to start draining in the fish in the tanks. The moment I install this right over it, it's going to activate a siphon, which is going to draw all the water from the grow bed back in the fish tank, and the cycle repeats itself. Looking at the plants themselves, there's this black baskets I'm utilizing. I'm now slowly moving away from this. I utilized this when I was transferred. I was kind of skeptical, or let me just say I was a little nervous to transplant this bell pepper direct into the rocks, because I was worried that rocks might end up crushing the seedlings. So that's why I was using this plus some soil. But now I'm slowly moving away from it because I'm getting more confident, right? All right, one of the things you have to do when you're doing a walkthrough through your grow beds is you have to check for weeds like this, because this is exposed. It's in a greenhouse. I wish I had a greenhouse, but it's exposed. So you're going to have all kinds of debris in your grow beds. And if you don't remove this debris, they're going to end up clogging the pores or the little holes, those little perforations on the rock. See this right here? You have to make sure that you clean up your grow beds. You can't just set and forget. It's very hard to do that. So while people are doing their weeding, for the traditional grow bed, you also have a form of weeding we do as in an aquaponics setup, as mainly just picking up after yourself. If you've done some pruning, you don't want to have those leaves on your grow bed. If there's any soil in your grow bed, you need to get rid of it, because that is going to clog your system. Okay, so like this right here, you gotta get it off. Otherwise, you'll be forced to get rid of all this, wash them up, and then put them back again, which is going to destabilize the pH in here. It's going to destabilize the bacteria, destabilize the roots. It's just chaos. So once I put my rocks in my grow beds, I don't like interfering with the rocks again, because it just messes the plants up. This next grow bed this is black kale. It has some deficiencies recovering from. You can see the new leaves are right here. So yeah, previously I had 3 plants, the honeydew melons, that were taking away so much from the rest of the plants. I also had about 3 plants on here and this scale paid heavily for it. Like I said originally, I really was trying to just stretch the system to see how much the grow bed can handle by putting as many plants as I can. But I realized that when I had the honeydew melon, the plants initially were doing well, but when the honeydew began to become so leafy, when the honeydew melon started getting leafy and was flowering and even fruiting, the other plants were suffering, so I got rid of it. And plus, the honeydew melons were just dying. They're not getting pollinated. I tried to hand pollinate. That thing never worked. If you've done it before and you've been successful at pollinating honeydew, please let me know. Share in the comments so I can know what I might have done wrong. But so this is another. All these grow beds, all the 4 grow beds, actually all the 5 grow beds, are fill and drain or ebb and flow type. This grow bed right here, like I said, has black kale on it, and it has bell pepper. Those are the only 2 I have here. The third one, he has about 3 things. It has bell pepper on it. This is lemongrass. We use this for our tea. Very sweet aroma, it gives off a very nice scent. And then I also have another tomato plant right here that is flowering. So hopefully those turn into some fruits or tomato fruits. Okay, moving on to the last grow bed here. This is another type of basil that's called Thai basil. This Thai basil is the leaves are a little darker compared to the sweet Italian basil. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but these leaves are more lighter, and these ones right here are more darker. I know the lighting may not really help, especially using a phone, but yes, usually these leaves, and also the leaves are smaller. If you look at the Thai basil, the leaves are smaller compared to the leaves on the sweet Italian basil. Okay. Alright. So besides the Thai basil, I also have bell pepper, but transplanted here the same day. You can see how that one is doing better. This one is not so good, but hopefully it makes it. If not, I have enough to replenish like you saw earlier. And of course, I have some tomatoes as well. Okay. And so these are the plants I'm finding a little bit easier to grow on the grow beds. I'm experimenting with different types of plants, really. If you do have any other ideas of what else to experiment with, please just hit me up in the comments. But so far, I think if you start off with basil, if you start off with bell pepper and tomatoes and even kale or green collards, those will do well. I've planted onions in here too. I've also in this grow bed, I also planted watermelon. It did very well, but I had a little infection on it. There's just something about these vines. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm still working on it. So anyway, that's it for today. If you do have any comments, any tips, experiences, if you've done anything like this similar to this, you've seen any things that don't look right, please don't hesitate to comment in the section below. Just be constructive, because that helps out the channel and also the community. Other than that, Happy New Year again. Welcome to 2026 from Guam, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.